Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and we share our opinions. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy. Say what's up, Randy.
Yo, what's up, Geek Beast?
And we have a special guest that doesn't need any introduction. One of the founding members of Geek Beast, Centel. Tell the people what's up, Centel.
Hey, big beast, boy. I gotta be quick on my toes on this bad boy.
Do you?
I'll be dropping heat. Let's see.
Okay, first stories first. We're gonna come hard. We're gonna come out hard, you guys. Pee Wee Herman passed.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
That's sad.
Pee Wee Herman. Paul Rubens passed.
Yeah.
Does Lawrence Fishburne know about it? Because wasn't for Pee Wee, there'd be no Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, he was on Pee Wee's the show. Was it Pee Wee's Playhouse? He was Cowboy something.
Cowboy Bob or something like
Cowboy
that.
Bob
Cowboy
or something
Rick
like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I know he wore. Now he wore a cowboy hat. And he would always come into the house. Yeah, man.
That was his break. That was his first break. Was on Pee Wee's Playhouse. I remember Cherry. I remember the cowboy dude. I forgot. There was something else, man. And everybody would scream when you would do something. I forgot. I remember that.
Lawrence Fishburne was Cowboy Curtis, you guys.
Cowboy Curtis.
Okay, I knew it was something like that.
Yeah. There was Globy.
Yeah.
Globy.
The seat. There was, man, I remember it. And like you said, everybody would scream like, "Oh, go crazy!"
Yep. And had a word of the day.
Mm-hmm. And I watched
it. They all went crazy.
Yeah, right, I watched all those movies too. Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
No, those were my favorite movies as a kid.
No, one of the worst jump scares I had as a kid was from that movie when the trucker came out and was like, I had the weird looking face. You remember that? And he was like,
I don't remember that.
I remember that. Oh my god!
I remember all those things with Pee Wee's Playhouse. Yeah.
All right, who was more popular, Pee Wee Herman or Ernest P. Worrell? Because they were both the weird white dudes.
I thought it was Pee Wee Herman. I did. I thought it was Pee Wee Herman, man.
Pee Wee had the better vehicle. That bicycle was light.
That red Schwinn was dope, man.
Tassels and the banana seat. Come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to give him my BMX bike for it.
You know, and I was like, get your bike back, dog. You can't just let nobody come in your hood and take your bike. You got to get your bike back, son.
Yep.
I did, man.
Pee Wee Herman was unique and incredible character that was a bit creepy and odd.
And it didn't help, and it didn't really help his creep factor. When he got caught in that movie theater doing that thing.
Yeah, well, that ruined him for a minute. That ruined him for a
period.
Yeah, he was never. Yeah.
Y'all want to know something?
What's that?
Paul Rubin, Pee Wee Herman, is the voice of Rex in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Cantina. So he's DJ Rex in the Cantina.
Really?
I didn't know
he
that.
Still got work, doing voice acting. That's good.
Yeah. And he was in the movie Blow. Y'all remember Blow with Johnny Depp?
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
He was the one. He was the Connect. He was the first Connect that they had when he came out to California. So he had smaller stuff, but never to the level that he was, man. Yeah.
I think he was a vampire in something too. I can't remember what it was though. Oh man.
I can see that. I actually can see that. Because he was pale and pasty and yeah, I can see that. And Pee Wee Herman's one of the first dudes I ever seen on TV rocking the bow tie, son. He was ahead of the times.
True. That's true. Yeah,
rocked the red bow tie with the gray suit.
Man, I'm over here looking at his IMDb. Yo, he worked a lot.
Yeah, got a lot of work in.
Yeah, he was doing his thing.
So Paul Rubens, the segregation story from Tampa Bay Times, writer Chris O'Donnell said, I had the privilege to interview Paul Rubens about his not inconsiderate role in making the 40th year and reunion for Sarasota High School class in 1970, the first to be integrated. He attended the school in 1967 when it first accepted Black students. In 2010, he told the alumni committee he wouldn't take part unless there was finally an effort to reach out to the Black students who had for years had their own reunion. His efforts led to a public apology from the class president.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You know what though? He, I mean, outside of his extracurricular activities, he was a real proponent of peace and love and getting along. So, I mean, sure. I'm sure if you dig deep enough, Mr. Rogers got some dirt too. So
yeah. Let me ask y'all something. If that happened today, is it as big of a scandal?
Worse.
Same or worse?
Worse.
Worse.
Worse. It'd have been way worse.
Yeah, I wonder if people would care about that.
That's what I'm wondering too. Would they care? Now, the only thing about it is he was
kids in the theater.
Well, he was a child. His audience were children at first, right? It's called Pee-wee's Playhouse, right? And it's for kids, so maybe that factors in. But if he was in a star, like not towards kids, I don't think people care.
I just saw a baby that's like 8 months old sing Pound Town. I don't think I don't think
this is why I'm glad I'm back. That's why I'm glad.
And to be honest with y'all,
can't take you nowhere, dog.
I think people
just because you got anecdotal evidence don't mean it's gonna be all right for everybody.
I think R. Kelly skated for 20-something years with commentary about what he did, and he did it to children.
And he wrote the Space Jam joint, I Believe I Can Fly, and it was the main feature in Space Jam. So
and they still sing it at schools. School graduation still play I Believe I Can Fly.
Kelsey's eternal.
He made Trapped in the Closet after.
He's an outlaw immortal. You better throw some respect on Kale's name.
I know, sir. Y'all ain't getting me. Y'all ain't getting me. Y'all ain't getting me involved in that. You're not about to have me on the internet talking about.
I kid. This is a joke.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but no.
I didn't know Trapped in the Closet existed the way it existed until like 2 weeks ago.
Until there was like 9 renditions of it.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Again, we got to separate some things. Like, he made bangers. Trapped in the Closet is dope. Like, episode 1 through 8, I was like, man, I'm waiting for him to drop another one. I'm waiting for the next one to drop. I'm like, yeah, man, Trapped in the Closet. Dope.
Yo, that's funny because that was during the age of Napster, and that's how I remember getting it. Like, that's how old that song is, man. It was like during the age of Napster.
No, this is shocking to hear, Centel, because I remember being freshly graduated out of college, and those allegations came, and somebody rolled down the window of a car.
That was me.
Grabbed their Best of Both Worlds CD, which is Jay-Z and R. Kelly, and chucked it out the window. And look, I can't support this.
Bangs though, man. Like, when was the last time you listened to Best of Both Worlds? That, like, all right, the craziness aside, I'm talking about sonically.
Right.
We're gonna move on. We gotta move on.
Yeah, we got to. We gonna get in. We gonna get in trouble. So
we cannot. I refuse to talk about R. Kelly right now.
Right. Let's move on.
Talk about. For example, this is something else we can talk about right now. Warner Brothers Japan calls on Western Studio to apologize for interacting with Barbenheimer tweets. This week, Barbie was trending on Japanese Twitter, now formerly known as X, alongside the hashtag No Barbenheimer, decrying U.S. social media accounts for Barbie engagement, with fans posting Barbie Oppenheimer mashup memes. Warner Brothers Japan has taken to its own local X account for Barbie to release a statement joining people in condemnation because the movie Barbie and Oppenheimer were both released in America on July 21st. There is currently a movement driven by overseas fans to watch them together, but this is not an official movement. A translation of the statement released on X reads in part, "We find the reaction to this fan-driven movement from the official American account for the movie Barbie to be extremely regrettable." So Japan is upset that they're mixing Barbie with Oppenheimer.
Yeah, well, they were doing that. I mean, that was like some places they got double features. Like you watch Barbie, then you watch Oppenheimer. So, and they're both Warner Brothers projects.
Are they both?
No, that I didn't know. I didn't know they came out of the same studio.
Well, so I thought they came out of the same studio.
I think Oppenheimer's Universal.
Or I thought they were the same studio because I know what's his name? The director for Oppenheimer. What's his name?
Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
Nolan. Yeah, Christopher Nolan. He said he was mad that they released Barbie on the same weekend of his movie. And the reason I just made that extrapolation was that I thought they were the same studio. Because other than that, why would he make that statement?
That's
Well, me, because he got his teeth kicked in, like, as far as ticket sales go by Barbie.
Well,
Barbie put a little
Oppenheimer did
plastic
better
foot.
than expected, but yeah,
Yes.
Barbie threw that shit away. Barbie blew it away. Barbie's at 800 million after only 2 weeks global.
Yeah. I think it's in the top 15 of all time, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
Already.
some shit like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I can see Japan being
It's in the
like,
top
look,
10 of all time.
y'all are praising the movie to drop the bomb on us.
And don't get me started on that. You already know how I felt about that, because if I was of a descent of people who were annihilated by
I'm like, this some old bullshit.
I'd feel some kind of way about it. Is all I'm saying.
I would.
Y'all trying to pair it with a movie about woman empowerment that is whimsical? Come on, we're not having that.
It's the double doozy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the left, right. Yeah.
No, you go see this movie that's horrible about human existence, and you go see this movie that makes everybody happy.
Right.
I mean, I enjoyed Barbie. I
gotta go see it. This movie.
My name is Chantel, and I saw.
So Barbie is. I'm sorry. Oppenheimer is Universal.
Universal, yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Universal. Nolan left WB because of the whole Tencent. He wasn't happy with how they handled the Tencent Tenet.
Yeah.
I want to say Tenet only made
during the pandemic, right? Remember,
it only made like 9 million in the opening weekend. It was like something insanely low. Yeah.
So matter of fact, he said this: Universal cannot release another movie for 90 days with Oppenheimer out there, and it has to be in the theater 90 days.
So I guess Universal and Warner's or brothers were teaming up for this pairing. That's odd.
But this hashtag.
No, so
I thought the pairing was just a social media thing.
This was just a social media thing. Somebody somewhere said it, and it just took off.
It took off, yeah.
And then it just became a thing. So people were like, they put the two together, saying, go see Barbie and then go see Oppenheimer. So that's what became Barbie.
Yeah, it's again Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer, right?
And
so it just became a social media phenomenon and became viral. And then it actually got people to do it because people actually bought double feature tickets, and so I could see where some social media intern, whoever runs that account, just wanted to get on that viralness and then just started tweeting at it, right?
Yeah.
And then without thinking, right?
Yeah. So Warner Brothers official Twitter account did it. And now they're like, no, you can't do that. Hashtag Barbenheimer.
Yeah, Warner Brothers officially did it? That's interesting. Because I wouldn't see why they would be promoting a Universal picture.
We live in an interesting time, Randy. They don't care about that. They want people to see them. They know people are going to go see their movie. People going to get depressed watching Oppenheimer and going to go see Barbie.
So I think that, it does bring up things because they were kind of talking about that. It is interesting times, right? They realize that the movie business is suffering.
Yeah.
So the days where they don't, try to cross promote are just kind of gone. Because even Tom Cruise came out and said, "Yay, go see all these things." And it's kind of funny because I heard the MI7s actually tanked after the first week.
After the first week, yeah. And it didn't do as well as it was.
He actually came out and said, "Let's, go. Yeah, more business, better. Our business is suffering." So I think that's kind of where they're at now, where they're like, they're just everybody's promoting everything. We're trying to help each other out, which is weird. It is weird. It really is weird.
It's like trying to hold on. It's like your uncle trying to hold on to that 8-track player.
Yeah.
Man.
It's getting really, lean days for,
Hey,
for the film
hey,
industry.
They
Man.
did it to themselves. They did it to
and,
themselves.
and that's because hey, I can pay my $10.99, $12.99 for my streaming service, or I can go to the movies and drop 250 or 200 on, family of three or family of four, man.
Yeah, man, that family tax boy is
Woo,
something crazy. I don't see how big families do it, man, because
Yep.
it's nuts.
yeah, so it's like,
Yeah, I saw a family going to the theaters to see what was it? Mario. And they came in with 5 kids and all them
Oof.
kids looked alike. I'm like, you got 5 kids in LA? What are you thinking?
what are you thinking?
Going to the theater and they all want
Oof.
popcorn and candy and
You
snacks.
know
All
they
they,
do.
they were loaded. Each kid had a little thing of popcorn, had the candy, had the little
'Cause,
drink. They walked in with their little trays.
you
This is
know,
the dine-in theater, you guys.
you gonna spend about $70 in soda. The
Yeah,
sodas are like
yeah,
$10 a piece.
yeah.
That
You
ain't no
lying.
yeah, that
Yeah.
ain't no popcorn. That ain't no nachos. No M&Ms. That's $70 on
They
soda.
came in ready. They were amped to watch Mario.
Yeah.
And
Then you
then like
drop what? 20 a piece for the ticket, so that's 100 right there.
I was just
For
about to say,
soda and tickets, you
don't
done
let it
spent
be an IMAX.
170.
Yeah, don't let it
Yeah,
be IMAX because then it's really crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, man.
So,
Yeah, man. You done dropped $200 on soda and tickets.
but it may force the narrative for like for the theater experience to be on par with like when you go to see like Broadway.
Okay.
Like you're gonna pay a premium
Uh
for
uh
this experience. So we may be pushed in that direction.
For people that tune into our show before the first time, we also look in the chat and see what people are saying. Shout out to Peter Griffin. Shout out to the Funk. He curates all our stories for your comments,
Hey,
and we hit on your comments as well.
funk.
Yeah, so the Funk here, the Funk says Barbie is so much more intellectually stimulating than Oppenheimer. Why
I
doesn't
enjoyed
that
it.
surprise me?
I enjoyed it.
Does that
I'll tell you
surprise
this much.
anybody?
Ryan Gosling, I like real talk. He might win an award. I don't know if he's gonna take the big boy,
Ooh.
but he's gonna take some trophies home. I promise you that he's gonna take some. I don't know if it's gonna be an
They
Oscar.
said he murdered it. They said
he steals the show. It's like he upstages everybody.
I'm just thinking with the studios made, man, because it couldn't have been that big of a budget for Barbie, right? We ain't
No, I
talking
think
Marvel
it is,
here.
man. Like it's
like
pretty,
80-90 million, I think.
yeah. I can
Compared
see
to
it
like a
being 100
Marvel
million.
movie that's like 150, 200 million,
Nah, it
and
ain't
this
that.
joint then made 800 million.
Barbie.
You're talking about the profit margin. Oh, it's
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. So Barbie was
From the opening
145
day, it almost
okay,
made as
yeah.
money.
So yeah, okay, 150 is pretty large though. That's a
They
large
said
budget.
Gerwig disclosed that the film's original budget was 100 million. However, as time passes, steadily escalated to 145 million.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I mean, because
okay.
it's so many, it's a lot of stars in there, so that payroll is gonna be crazy. Because
Okay.
Will Ferrell's in it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's 30
Got
million by
Margot
himself.
Robbie, who's probably at least 20 off top now.
30 million easily.
Off top.
Ryan Gosling at least 10.
He's at least
He's
That's what I'm
Ray,
saying.
America. They spent it on star power.
Yeah, they sent it on Star Power.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Will Ferrell is actually kind of useless in the movie, so that's almost a wasted budget.
Oh, that's a waste.
Yeah,
Will Ferrell from the Lego movie.
That's my only gripe. Is
he the same character from the Lego movie?
I don't like Will Ferrell, y'all. I just think he's like, to me, man. I don't.
He's not as funny as he used to be. I'll say that. He used to be hilarious to me.
But you don't like Brothers?
The only Will Ferrell movie that I ever really like is Elf. I saw Elf and I was in tears. Other than that, I'm like,
You don't like Step
Old school? What?
Old school.
Okay.
Old school.
Okay.
But that's
like
ensemble too. I don't.
You don't like Talladega Nights?
Talladega Nights is great.
They annoy me. They honestly
I
annoy me.
love that movie.
Bobby, what's his name? Yeah, they annoy me. Yeah.
Attack you like a spider monkey. Something else I want to bring up that's got me excited, you guys.
What's up?
Adult Swim greenlights anime series Lazarus from director Shinichiro Watanabe. If y'all not know who Shinichiro Watanabe is, it is the guy that gave us the original Cowboy Bebop.
Word. Oh, I did hear about that. Yes.
Gave us Samurai Champloo.
Whatever the budget. Just give him the money.
Yep. And guess who the studios he's pegged to actually work on this with him?
If you say Mappa, I'm going to smack you.
I don't have to say it. Thank you for seeing it. Absolutely.
Give him whatever he pay that man his money.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me tell you what it is. Lazarus produced by anime studio Mappa and is set to feature action with sequences designed by Chad Stahelski, stuntman and director of John Wick film franchise. The score will include jazz saxophonist Kamasi Washington. And anybody that knows Watanabe, all his products are based around music.
Yes.
So he has Kamasi Washington, produced by DJ and musician Floating Points, and Bonobo, DJ Bonobo. This is about to be fire. Y'all have no idea how
it sounds like it.
About this.
It sounds like it's gonna be fire.
So so let me tell you what Lazarus is about. Lazarus, the series marks his return to sci-fi action genre with globe-trotting thriller set in the near future. Neuroscientist Dr. Skinner has developed a miracle cure for all drug with no apparent drawbacks called Hapuna. Hapuna soon becomes ubiquitous and essential. However, soon after Hapuna is officially introduced, Dr. Skinner vanishes. 3 years later, the world has moved on, but Dr. Skinner has returned, this time as a harbinger of doom. Skinner announced that Hapuna has a short half-life. Everyone who had taken it will die approximately 3 years later.
So do we have a release date for it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. They just announced we're doing this. We're doing this. So we have one of the best anime directors with award-winning amazing musicians, and what I say right now, the best animation studio right now working on a project together for Adult Swim.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know the worst thing that Warner Brothers can do with this?
Oh God.
Not throwing any money into it.
Yeah. This is Warner Brothers though we're talking about. So
this sounds like magic to me.
Yes.
Warner Brothers, if you mess this up, I'm gonna have to blow up your building. It's down the street. I'm gonna have to blow it up. I'm gonna have to blow it all the way up.
Hey, this is
here. You're not.
This is Zaslof's kingdom or whatever his name is. You know, he's been known to mess up some stuff from time to time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be optimistic.
Let's celebrate.
Be
optimistic that we're about to see an amazing anime coming soon. They have no date on it. I don't care. Take as long as you need to make it great.
Take your time. Yes, I'm with you on that, man. Please don't rush it. Just
don't rush it.
Take your time, and pay your animators because I can't do any more delays, man. You're killing me.
Oh God. So animators are. I think I read they don't have a union.
They don't have a union. No visual, no animation, no game.
Right.
We don't. And most technology doesn't have union. Only the producers, the directors, the actors, and the writers have unions. Nobody else has unions.
Oh, golly, that's such difficult work.
Yeah, it is. And it ain't like you can just go out and find. Yeah, you can't just go out and find an animator. You know what I'm saying? A good one.
It is so bad that visual effects artists have been known to move to places that are getting work. Where back before we could do remote work, there's animation houses and visual effects houses who told people that lived on the coast and stuff, you got to move to Vancouver, you got to move to Toronto, you had to move to Louisiana if you want to get a job. So people would sell their houses and everything and move to locations. They had people that moved to Korea to get work.
Wow.
No Korean or anything, pack up and move.
Yeah. And Disney was notoriously hard on its animators, like really hard on its animators. I'm talking like 15, 16-hour days every day, 7 days a week. Right?
You make it seem like things have changed, Randy. Things haven't changed.
Still cracking that whip.
Ain't changed.
That ain't changed. That's part of it. They'll work them to death.
Yeah, and Marvel had problems with their visual effects. They had some Marvel projects that the visual effects, lots of the visual effects weren't applied to like a day before the release date, a
Yeah,
couple days before the.
so you saw Secret Invasion?
yeah, yeah. Or better yet, Doctor Strange. What was it? Midnight and whatever it's called, the Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A House of M. That's what we call it in the comic book world. Um, House of M. They said Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
They actually worked on that when the film released. So the
yeah,
final version of that
it's
actually
different.
came to streaming. It's different from the first
Yeah,
Yeah, they did that. I remember they did that with Spider-Man, the
into
last
Across
one.
the Spider-Verse. Yep.
No, they did with the regular live action one. There's like I think there's like 3 scenes that they changed on the fly.
Yep.
yeah,
While it was released in the theaters, they
Yeah.
changed like
Mhm.
three scenes or something. That's what I heard.
yeah.
And I was like, dang.
Because
Speaking, go ahead.
everybody's trying to make a FYC version of this. Nobody cares about what it does in theaters and it being the same story and it being the same story streaming. They're trying to get for your consideration when it goes into those pots and people vote on it for an Academy Awards. That's what they try to win these days.
So since Chuck brought up Across the Spider-Verse,
Oh.
what y'all think about the last one being delayed indefinitely? Was the word was the headline that I saw. First of all, I thought it was mostly done, and now I'm seeing this. I'm like,
No,
wait, I need
no,
some answers. I
no,
need to
no.
talk to somebody.
No,
The voice actors are done, right? The voice acting is done, but the
Okay.
animators are just.
they said this after it launched and it did so well. Phil Lord came out and said, "Wait, hold on. We said it's gonna come out in like 2 years. We lied. It's gonna come out in 4. We're gonna work on it more."
Okay.
And then he's like, "Hold on, we're on strike now. Oh, it's indefinite."
Yeah. When I see the word indefinite, I get scared. That's Hollywood talking like we don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, it makes so much money.
Hmm?
It's definitely gonna come out, but when you got like these kind of issues, I worry about quality, and that's what makes that series so good. Is the quality.
You can't half step with it at all. You got to go 110%.
So what I think is they did have a version to follow up with it. They did split it in half, added all the scenes they needed to make it 2 separate movies.
Right.
They realized this ain't good enough. This ain't even good enough.
I hope that's the case.
I hope it is too. But I think because he came out and he says, "Yo, we're gonna push it back an additional 2 years. We're gonna add another 2 years to it. We know we promised you in 2 years you'll get this. We're gonna add an additional 2 years." Now they're like indefinite because you gotta think they can have all the visual effects artists work. They just can't do any lines. They can't write any lines. And I'm pretty sure Kemp can't do some lines.
Okay.
So they're probably looking at all the minute details. They realize people actually pay attention to all the small things.
Hey man, that goddamn Across the Spider-Verse, you had to, and it's still stuff that I bet y'all I missed a whole lot. It was just so goddamn good. It was Jesus, it was good.
Yes.
I think you should get I think you should get Best Picture consideration.
I do too.
I don't
We're in the same
for your
boat.
consideration.
I agree with you. I think it's Best Picture of the Year. And not only do I think it's Best Picture of the Year, I don't think there's anything even remotely close to it. It's not like the difference between it being the best and number 2 is like in a whole other galaxy. That's how much better.
It's like when Jordan was playing, he was number 1. And who else was number 2? You know what I'm saying? But there was a wide gap.
Yeah, it's a big gap.
So the Funk put in the chat when Spider-Verse 2 was doing promos, Haley Steinfeld said she hadn't recorded her lines yet for it. Yeah, so it's indefinite. But one thing they're gonna have working is a visual effects artist because they had somebody actually break it down frame for frame the movie. They're like because the little moments were so important in this movie.
There's a bunch of Easter eggs, man. Bunch of Easter eggs. Like you could just sit there and watch it over and
over. Like he says, y'all are crazy. Across the Spider-Verse isn't on the same level as Into the Spider-Verse. So yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. So this is gonna be it's gonna be amazing.
I thought Across the Spider-Verse was better.
I did too. I didn't think anything could beat
me either.
Spider-Verse. That's how good Into the Spider-Verse was for me. I didn't think anything could beat that. I was like, this is the greatest animated movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then I saw a cross. So
right. It was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. Because I was like, all they gotta do is give me the same type of movie.
Yeah.
And
That's what I was expecting. I was
par for the
expecting.
course, and I'm happy.
Yeah, right. That's what I was expecting. Part, and then it just blew the whole roof off that mother. Like, Jesus Christ. They just went ham. Like, yeah, like wow.
It was the small scenes. It's the scene of him and Gwen in the tower. Then when his mom came up there, you know what I'm saying? He's like,
She said, "So you been in his room, huh?" And Miles wasn't playing.
Yeah. All the small things we call like, yeah.
She was like, "She's not Puerto Rican." He's like, "Got this white girl up in the crib."
And when she had her feet on the bed, like, what are you doing?
She was like, "She way too comfortable in your room, son. How many times she been in here?"
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Oh, it was great.
Another thing, big win for Bungie. Bungie wins landmark harassment lawsuit against Destiny 2 trolls. Okay. Bungie has won almost $500,000 in damages from a Destiny 2 player who harassed one of the community managers and his wife with abusive, racist, and distressing calls and messages, and sent an unsolicited pizza order to their home in a manner designed to intimidate and frighten the couple.
That's crazy.
Boy.
Yeah, man.
Boy, that precedent is set and it's beautiful.
Good.
It is,
Good.
Good.
They're still swatting people.
People get
like,
killed.
You know how dangerous that is?
They should lock up everybody that gets injured or killed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
they should get real time.
Yeah, I mean, it's no different than waving a gun. To me, I equate it the same way. You know, I think you should absolutely go to jail for that. Like, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the officers should be punished because there's no reason for them to shoot somebody in the swatting, even after knowing that this is a thing. But yeah, definitely, you should go to jail for it. Especially they put a boy in jail when a cop killed his friend during the robbery, and he had nothing to do with the robbery. He was just with the dude.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of people. There's plenty of people who was sitting in the car and their boy jumped in like drive, and they didn't know what was going on. Their boy went there and robbed him.
So the cop killed his friend, and he went to jail for it.
Oh damn!
Wow!
Damn!
The cop kill your friend, and you go to jail for it. Not the cop, you do. And it's standing out between the cop and your friend. But since you're with him, we're gonna put you in jail.
See, that's what I'm saying. Stop playing with.
Let's not go too far down this rabbit hole, because you know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to judgment. The judgment is significant because it recognizes that patterns of harassment escalate from online trolling to real world violence. Established that harassment of the employee for doing their job damages the employer, as well as which can be used as a resource to go after the culprit, and recognized a new tort, a legal term for a form of injury or harm for which courts can impose liability across cyber and telephone harassment.
Good.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
good.
Good with that.
Y'all chill out, man. You know, stop. Don't be an asshole. It's real simple.
Yep. And
it's not that hard.
It's really not that difficult.
Let's keep on video game news. Real Madrid and Barcelona League, a new name after EA Sports. So the story covers two tiers. La Liga, Spain's top flight of professional football and home to some of the world's biggest clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid, has signed a new sponsorship deal that sees its previous branding, La Liga Santander, swapped out with the league's new to be known as La Liga EA Sports. So EA's like, fuck you, FIFA. We taking over the big league in Spain. Wow. Put our name on it. That's what a whole league is doing right now. That's what a whole league is now named after. La Liga EA Sports.
You knew they were gonna find the money.
Ooh, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, huge.
Huge. Like, nah, we're gonna just take the league. You know, we cut off FIFA. We're not doing that. We're gonna sign each individual league. And then we're gonna put our name on that as leagues, and we sign each individual league.
I don't feel bad for FIFA because outside of the NCAA, it's one of the most corrupt organizations.
I'm about to say it's super corrupt, super corrupt.
Between them, NCAA and F1, I don't know who's more corrupt.
I got a real distaste for NCAA, but that's a whole different story.
And I would almost say because the NCAA, they made people work for free. They made them work for free.
Rodney said, "Hold our beer, you guys." Because the International Olympic Committee may have beat everybody
you're right.
in being corrupt.
Yeah, he dropped
Rodney
the big
was like, hold my beer, guys. Hold my beer,
Yeah,
guys.
you're right. You're right.
Rodney, you're right. You're absolutely right, Rodney. You're absolutely right, Rodney.
Yeah.
IOC is probably the most corrupt organization on planet Earth outside of our Congress.
Yeah. We don't even count them because they're so far ahead of everybody else. Like Trey was just talking about number 1 and number 2. They're so far ahead of everybody else. We don't even put them into. We don't even talk about them.
Yeah.
Oh
man, did y'all hear what Disney's doing?
Oh, wow.
Iger said,
that's another corrupt song.
Oh gosh.
Let's talk about
stuff about this dude.
Maybe not quite U.S. Congress corrupt, but he's up there. He's honorable mention. He's worth talking about.
Honorable mention. This is what he's doing. I know the Writers Guild is on strike, and I know the SAG-AFTRA is on strike as well. Screen Actors Guild. We stand in solidarity with them. But Bob Iger decided, hey, I'm going to drop WandaVision in stores. I know all this complaining has been about dollar amounts and giving out people proper royalties. So we gave them all streaming rights and they got paid their one time for streaming. We're going to drop physical copies. I wonder if they're going to pay these people.
No, you're not going to pay them if it's not in the contract.
Thank you,
Randy.
Randy.
You already know that.
Randy. You know how crazy this is?
Yeah.
This is crazy, you guys. You're gonna physical copies. When you told those people that model is dead, you turn right back to it.
This is coming from the same man who, instead of giving Christmas bonuses out to employees, he gave everybody a copy of his book.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, that's gangster.
Like, you can learn more from my book than you will with the money.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, that's
because your kids don't need Christmas. You need.
Hey, it makes me think of Billy. Your seeds can't eat no books, son. Your seeds can't eat no books.
Hey, did y'all know? Because he did that, it made it a New York Times bestseller.
Really? Oh my!
So he went and bought the books.
Good Lord, that's some snake stuff right there. Think of what's his name from Christmas Vacation. I want to look him right in his eye and tell him what a low life, dirty, rotten.
Oh man!
So they have decided there's going to be 3 releases, just empty cases that do not come with disc or even digital copies of WandaVision at all, for as low as $37 and as high as almost $90.
But they're putting some of them on ABC, so like they're getting ad money from it
as well.
And it's not in the contract because it's a streaming service, right? So they didn't negotiate that. So they're going to get paid off that and not probably pay the actors too, or the writers or any royalties. Yeah.
You're a mean one.
If
Mr.
Grudge. We stand with those that are striking.
Oh God, 100%.
Yeah, man.
Because this is crazy. This is nuts.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Told these people that there's no physical copies. You probably X'd out all this language in their contracts.
Yeah.
Says going straight to streaming, and then you drop it on them in the middle of the strike. It's like a middle finger in them.
Oh, it's like?
It is middle finger.
Okay, I'm saying ain't no like to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What did the Funk say? No WandaVision isn't coming to home video. You can buy an empty steel box case and not even get a license. You still need to have Disney Plus to watch it. So you're buying a case and no disc in it.
So I gotta buy a case for some shit that's on streaming service?
That you want the steel box though, and so you have it on your shelf.
Damn. Damn, that's
Gangster.
gangster. That's
Dang.
gangster.
Gang.
I gotta give
Check
it
this
up
out.
on that one. That's
I don't know.
gangster. Like you get a box, son. You still don't own it. You just get the box.
And if we decide to pull it one day or shut down the service, oops.
Yeah. Too bad for you.
Damn. Who came up with that? That's some brilliant shit. That's some brilliant shit. Like in the middle of the strike, we're gonna release a box set. We'll
This
still own it, and you still gotta have Disney Plus, but we're gonna charge you for it so you can put it on your shelf as a memento.
Hey, this is what they say. Each edition comes with a steel box with a different design inspired by the show and slipcase to go over the steel box, as well as extra accoutrements like postcards inspired by artwork from the shows, retro styled opening credits, and character card featuring poster art. They're not even using director's cut or commentary or none of the
Nope.
stuff that we all care about.
Nope.
That's the whole reason you buy a Blu-ray or DVD as
Nah,
a
son.
connoisseur. You buy it for all the extras.
You get a box, a
That's
colored
just...
box. I mean, the
He
artwork
probably-
is probably dope, but Jesus Christ.
I sat in that board reading after he said all that and was like, "You're welcome."
I think this is probably useless printing. They're going to spend like $20 million on printing all this stuff out and putting it in the stores somewhere and paying Best Buy to put this on the end racks to sell this thing.
And I hope it's a colossal failure. I
And
hope they
a
do
show
spend,
that's over a year old, you guys.
yeah, right. I hope they do spend the $20 million on it and it fails. Although $20 million to Disney, but whatever it is, I still hope it fails.
That dude.
Damn, that's gangster, dog. Damn.
2 more stories. We got to stop on a good note, you guys. This we got to tell here. First of all, after 23 years, Deadpool 3 finally puts Wolverine in his yellow costume. Yeah. We finally get to see the Wolverine we all love in this horrible looking costume. But we finally get to see it. How do y'all feel about this?
I mean, as a kid who grew up on that yellow costume, especially the animated X-Men version back in the 90s, man, I think it's great.
Yo, if they play part of that song when he comes on screen, I'm gonna stand up and run through the theater. Gonna let y'all know that. If he just comes on screen, they just play they play at the very beginning.
And have the jet dropping down.
No, he's
still
laying
one of the coldest intros ever. Still to this day.
No. He's in his bed in his costume, holding a picture of Jean Grey and him.
Yeah. I fully expect him to do that. Ryan, come on.
I think Ryan Reynolds gonna put that in.
Fully expect that.
that joke has to be in there. And if I see that, I'm gonna run through the theater.
Y'all can see me. That's cool. Yeah, I want to see Wolverine in the yellow costume.
I think they got all of maybe a week of filming it, and then the strike happened. So, like, well, what are we gonna do?
I hope he makes it as absurd as possible. I want him to lean all the way in. It better be campy, absurd, and hella bloody. It better feel like something out of the 80s.
I know they better give Ryan Reynolds whatever he wants, because that's gonna be the way the Marvel universe has been going. I think it's the only sure hit. Like it's gonna be a for sure hit. I think it's like one of the few bullets left in the Marvel gun, man, for this saga that we've been going through. So they better give him whatever he asks for.
Well, one thing we gotta win, you guys. Jonathan Major is still the Kang.
Yeah, Disney was like, we're letting him go.
Letting him go. I was like, nah, he ain't breaking the law. Nah, that zero tolerance stuff, we throwing that out the window. We done spent way too money for this guy.
No disrespect to the brother. I mean, you know, if the court said what the court said.
And it's not a lot of overwhelming evidence, to put it nicely, that he did anything wrong. I'm just saying. I don't know what happened. I'm not speculating, but the evidence that's been released has not been very strong that, the brother did anything wrong. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave it there.
Were you about to say Rodney? Thought Rodney was gonna say something.
I was gonna say it's gonna be really silly because they're supposed to be bringing what's her name, Jennifer Garner, back as Elektra.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Really?
It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, I heard that Jennifer Garner's gonna be coming back as Elektra.
That's gonna be really weird, but I'm here for it. I'm here for them to go lean all the way in camp. Like, yo, what Taika Waititi Thor 3? Let's do that. Let's do that.
A lot of people didn't like Thor 3. I liked Thor 3. I mean, I liked it for what it was. For what it was.
I liked it.
Campy,
yeah.
funny.
I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
It's one of the better movies for this book of Marvel right now.
Let me ask you this real quick. You know how they've been saying, basically, you guys said it too, like Secret Invasion really flopped. You know, all this Marvel stuff is like it's starting to get into the mud. That means they really got to speed up X-Men, don't they?
You would think that,
right?
I hope so.
X-Men, it will revive the MCU.
Unless it's bad.
Unless it's bad, yeah. But done right, it's revived, right?
Yeah.
It's got another 10 years.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. They better take the 90 shows and make
so
it.
What are they waiting for?
Still trying to sort out Fantastic Four.
The rights.
The rights.
We've never had a good Fantastic Four movie. Never. In
the history of cinema, it's never been.
They cannot get it right. I don't know why. They just cannot get it right. It's interesting.
The Fantastic Four are boring characters.
I like
Fantastic Four. A lot of people don't always say, they are a little dull.
They're basic.
Little bit. But X-Men is the exact opposite of dull.
Yeah. Fantastic.
All we do is jump people. That's all we do. We jump people.
Fox messed up the last couple though. They did it really bad. That one where they had Apocalypse, and I don't know what they did. I was like, y'all took the baddest character in the universe and just did this to them.
Nerfed them.
Yeah.
So for a fact, Fox still has the rights to X-Men. So therefore Disney Marvel doesn't. And so Fox is like, they still print money for us. We're not gonna give. Fox is like, we're not gonna give them up so easy.
And the actors, they have until the contract expires, they have to offer the actors for those characters. They have to offer the role to those actors first.
Yes,
that's in the contract.
Yes, so that may be a lot while they're holding out.
So they can't just bring in new actors to do the roles. They have to offer them the role first until the contract expires.
So Marvel Productions saying this: we're not going to produce this film and give it to Fox. We want this to come out under Marvel.
Why not? Y'all gave the movie to Sony for Spider-Man.
That's why they're probably not going to give it to Fox. We already did this for Spider-Man, and we tried our best to get him back, but they keep dropping this Spider-Verse shit like he's blowing it out the water.
Well, the live action though, they played hardball back and forth, and they still playing hardball back and forth. It's a Sony picture. It's Sony, but like Marvel's like, yo, we doing all the work, and Sony's getting all the profits.
Sony got their feet kicked up like,
yeah,
y'all look good, don't it?
Right, look good. They got that Death Row deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sony got that
Death Row deal. We don't care if Venom fails. Hell, we don't care if Kraken fails. Nope. We don't care if Morbius fails. The Spider-Verse thing's
because Marvel's not going to let Spider-Man fail. It can't. It's one of the biggest characters in the franchise. They're not going to be like, we're not going to just let it fail. So Sony's like, yeah, you're right. Y'all ain't going to let it fail. Y'all keep on doing that, Marvel.
Yep. And they don't want to do that with Fox. Because Fox is like, thank you, Marvel Productions, for making a great and wonderful X-Men movie that blew every X-Men movie out of the water, all 11 of those other movies that nobody can remember. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
What? We're going to keep holding on to this. Don't worry, we got the same parent company. Don't worry.
Yeah,
and Marvel's like, fuck that. Yeah. We want that under our studio.
Right. 100%.
We don't want it under our production company. We want it under our studio.
They running, we all family. It's all the same. Like, no, it ain't. My bonuses ain't reflected. Yeah, y'all different. You're not the same.
So that's probably what they're waiting for. And it's going to be Iger to come through and it's like, we're going to fire all of 20th Century Fox and hand this over to Marvel. But Marvel's been doing so poorly lately, he can't do that. He can't trust them. If Marvel is pushing out the 20 movie hit storm they had, he definitely would have ended 20th Century Fox and did it
And
all.
again, it's still probably some contractual things out
Yeah,
there, right? They gotta figure all that stuff out first. Yeah.
They do. They gotta figure all of it out.
Damn. We'll see. I'm looking forward to the mutants joining the MCU.
Me too.
We'll see. I mean, they've been hinted at, so we'll see. Right.
We'll see.
They deliver.
Yeah, we'll see mutants before we see X-Men.
Yeah. Well, we've already saw mutants, so we've seen a couple of them.
And we've seen a couple of X-Men.
Miss Marvel, right? Miss Marvel's.
Miss Marvel's.
They hinted at her being a mutant.
Yeah, they hinted at her being a mutant.
They hinted at
Quicksilver and WandaVision. So we've had
a couple of hints.
Mutants. Yeah, we've had some mutants in there. Yeah, so, or hints at them.
Yeah.
Right. So
we'll see with this Iger shakeup.
And technically, Xavier was in whatchamacallit, so that's another. Yeah. That's literally X-Men.
Him, Black Bolt, all of them. They had it. They crossed into Multiverse of Madness, aka House of M.
So we've got.
Speaking of Marvel, I have one more story going to end on.
Okay.
Wakanda Forever, baby. EA is making a single player Black Panther game.
Is this the one that's the grandfather? Because I think there was one that was coming out. It was supposed to be the grandfather, not T'Challa's father, T'Challa's grandfather.
They don't say. What they say is this: EA is developing what is called an original third-person single-player Black Panther game. We don't have many details yet, not even a screenshot, but development is being handled by EA studio called Cliffhanger Games in partnership with Marvel Games. Cliffhanger is led by Kevin Stevens, who was previously studio head at Shadow of Mordor developer Monolith Productions. They made a really great game. We're dedicated to delivering the fans definitive and authentic Black Panther experience, giving them more agency and control over their narrative as they have ever experienced in the story-driven video game. Stevens said Steven said in a statement, Wakanda is a rich superhero sandbox, and our mission is to develop an epic world for players who love Black Panther and want to explore the world of Wakanda as much as we do.
Goddamn right. We don't need name. Go ahead.
I need to know who gonna do the hair. I need to know who gonna do these Wakandans' hair. That's because if you want a guaranteed mess up, is Black folks' hair in video games. It's a guarantee, and I can't have all of Wakanda looking crazy with the hair. I can't do it. Not the whole country, So I need to know who doing the hair first.
Yep.
I need to know who's doing the feature design, because I can't have everybody in Wakanda looking like Mr. Popo.
Nope, not at all. He said
there's a lot of cultural nuances to this game that I have concerns about. I'm happy, but I'm concerned because y'all could really mess this up, because that's a lot of Black people. That's a lot. So I need y'all to get this right. It's easy to get Black Panther right because he wear a mask. So everybody else around here, that's all I'm saying. No Mr. Popo. No
he wears the mask sometimes.
No floating cornrows. No.
Floating cornrows?
No. All right, I'm done. I'm just concerned.
You don't want floating cornrows? You want like make believe white people cornrows? Black people cornrows.
No, man. You remember how
box braids.
You remember how everybody was worried when we saw the very first trailer for Into the Spider-Verse, and everybody was worried about Miles' hair. Well, Black folks is like, oh, but his hair, we don't really know. You couldn't really tell from the thing. Yeah. And then they knocked it out the park, right? And it's like, okay, y'all got it.
So Insomniac did. This game kind of scares me because Insomniac did a wonderful job with Spider-Man. And then they're doing a Wolverine game as well. And so you're not eating that. Those studios, Insomniac is a PlayStation studio. Then you have EA saying, hey, we're going to do a Black Panther one. And we got to compete against that, what Spider-Man did and what Batman Arkham Asylum did to make the perfect Black Panther game in Wakanda. They got to make Wakanda really cool, too.
Yeah, they do.
They're going to have us looking crazy. I can feel it.
I hope not. Cliffhanger Games is the new studio to you guys. Their new studio.
Let me not be negative, Nancy. No, I want to root this on. I do, because we don't really see a lot of that.
We don't.
Just have concerns. All right, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. We all have concerns. Let's hope they do well by it.
To another thing, I know I'm nitpicking. I want the combat to be right too, man.
Combat has to be right. Yeah. It's gonna be all about combat.
It's got to be right, man.
I think that's the most important part.
Yeah. That and traversal.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna keep my eyes watched for it. I'm gonna buy it regardless. I'll tell you that off top.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it regardless.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. So
yeah. Especially regardless
of what they throw out, I'm gonna buy it.
Let me tell you something. Hogwarts Legacy, that's open world game, and it set a bar really high. It's small enough that I like it, and I made the coolest black witch ever, coolest black warlock ever.
It was super popular.
Yeah,
the game was super popular.
It's amazing.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I'm really excited about it because Shadows of Mordor was an amazing game. It was so good. Monolith actually patented their nemesis.
The nemesis system.
They patented it.
One of the best ideas I've seen in a very long time.
And a great execution.
Yes. Loved it. They would take one of the greatest modes and patent it so nobody else can use it.
Nobody else can use
it. Golly. That sucks.
And I don't know what Monolith is making. I haven't seen Monolith make a game in like a decade. I don't even know if it's still around.
They expire because I just heard. No, go ahead, wait.
No.
No, I was just saying. Go ahead.
They did it not too long ago though. So we got 20 years for it to expire. They're working on the Wonder Woman game, actually.
That could be dope.
Yeah, but their Nemesis system.
Now that could be really dope. Ooh, yep. You over there fighting with a bunch of Amazons. Ooh, that could be fire. Yeah.
So they're working on a Wonder Woman game. I just popped it up. Yeah, so hopefully they'll use their Nemesis system for that. That system is dope. Like when you die, the person that killed you, the general or whatnot, everybody gets leveled up on you. And if any other warlords are around you and they're friends with that one guy, they all level up and know about you. So when you regenerate into that world, they come after you, Randy.
Oh, they start hunting you.
They start hunting you.
Yeah.
They know you exist.
And it's always the worst opportune time. It's like you about to fight like 30 people at the same time. And then the dude taps you on the shoulder and is like, remember me?
Yeah.
Boss fight. And you got to deal with all that other crap that's in the world at the same time. It's frustrating, but it's dope.
It is frustrating.
Yeah. And they just keep getting stronger.
They level up in their rankings. It's dope.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're gonna close today, fellas. Anything you want to share with people, Centel? You want to tell them about your channel?
Oh yeah. Quick, two quick things. One thing, check out Cinema Mosaic. I'm over here doing international content. I have a main channel where we do American stuff, but we're heading over across the pond and all over to the continent and all over the place. And Chuck's actually helping me out with Kizazimoto, which is absolutely incredible. Content from the continent of Africa. So if you want to see the real full down breakdown, I'm hoping it comes over to here. I'd rather us do like that full breakdown here in these loving waters of GeekBeast and then the second thing, man, I just wanted to give like a quick shout out to not be on a full downer, but I really loved the show Euphoria. I thought it was really well done. And there's a character on there that's beloved named Fez, played by this guy named Angus Cloud. He just passed away today. Young dude.
25. He's only 25
years old.
Yeah.
Euphoria was his first big project, his very first one, and he's quite honestly, he's many people's favorite character. I mean, he's probably one of my favorites of the entire show, and it's just like, man, you see that talent that's not gonna be with us anymore, and it's just like, man, you think about the possibilities. So rest in peace, Angus Cloud, man. You did the damn thing, my guy. So hope you find peace.
Yeah. Anything you want to share with the people, Randy?
Wednesday. We'll be back on air Wednesday, Geek Beast. Then we'll be followed by Binge Worthy, and we're going to be talking The Witcher Season 3. So join us back on Wednesday. Check us out on Geek Beast, and immediately after Geek Beast, we're going to do Binge Worthy.
Yep. With that being said, we're going to close the show. Shout out to Defunk for creating all our stories. Shout out to Digital Click for helping us with our backgrounds and our marketing materials for all our shows. And shout out to Rodney for being a technical producer and technical director for all the shows we have on the network.
Sure.
That being said, I wish y'all good night, and we'll see you all on Wednesday. Peace.
Oosh.